We play it all in night, yeah, need it all in advance. The opposition know we're ready for it like a supper we eating, it won't be the last. Grind out the muscle, pull up, parker right on the grass. We coming in, take over everything, run it up, not that holding me back. 3 in the wood, rushing. I don't like Dutch, don't even matter, you know I'm a face. And when I roll a paper, I like to go double. Run up a check, flip a W, make it an M. I need a couple, the sky in the middle. I see no different, cause when it's all over, you know I'm...
Welcome back to Takeover, the most underrated sports debate show on YouTube. And yeah, I'm Russell Westbrook. That's what happens when he drops 41. And we're back in our regular studio. I know you've seen us in the struggle set a couple episodes, but we're back to it.
As you know, my name is Josh.
My name is Deandra.
My name is Russ. My name is Cam, and this is Takeover. The NBA trade deadline, ended a couple moments ago with big names. Who do you guys think won that trade deadline, or who do you guys think got expandedly better off of that?
So I'm looking at the Miami Heat when they're adding Iggy, and they sent Justice Winslow to the Grizzlies. I do think Andre Iguodala is better offensively, and he has that experience over Justice Winslow, but also I believe that Justice Winslow going to the Grizzlies, such a young team with John Morant, Brandon Clark, and his former teammate Tyus Jones, who he won a national championship with at Duke. I think that's good for him. But looking back at Miami, I think they're trying to replicate the format that Golden State did before Kevin Durant, where they're building around players and they have the veterans to help build up the younger players, which you had Jimmy Butler doing that to a degree with Tyler Hero. And Andre Iguodala who has been to the finals, he brings that experience. And when you look at the contract, which is $30 million for 2 years, they added the second team option, which gives Miami freedom to get rid of Iggy if he's not playing good. But I guess they could also keep him if they want, and that gives them the salary cap flexibility. And I just think adding him to the Miami Heat with Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, and Bam Adebayo and Duncan Robinson, I just think they're bound to do great things because they're already the #1 3-point shooting team in the league. So,
well, I'm going to preface this by saying that this trade deadline really didn't have anything exciting happen.
Pretty boring.
We saw D'Angelo Russell get traded, but I don't think that makes the Wolves any better personally.
Or the Warriors.
Because you're exchanging, Andrew Wiggins for D'Lo. The only difference is D'Lo and Cat are best friends. So the Warriors got Andrew Wiggins, which, nobody can fix Andrew Wiggins, honestly. I'm biased, so typically I would say the Hawks, but I really don't want to be biased today. So I agree with Deandra here. The Miami Heat got significantly better because they added so many pieces to a team that was already competing. They added the Andre Iguodala and Jay Crowder additions are going to show up in the playoffs because both of these guys can cover the Giannis Antetokounmpos, and they can cover those elite wing players that they're going to see in the playoffs. You have to have a defensive stopper to make it very far in the NBA playoffs. And getting Andre Iguodala, who is, as you said, has been to the finals before, has won a Finals MVP, and also has now been resting for basically the entire season. He hasn't reported to the Grizzlies team, let alone suited up. So he's in shape, but he also hasn't been going through the wear and tear of traveling around the world for 5 months. So that's going to help them in the stretch run. Jay Crowder is... The idea of him is a lot better than what he really is in a lot of cases, but at the same time, we've seen him, play above where everybody says he is before with the Boston Celtics, maybe the Heat. If there's any coach I would trust in the NBA to unlock somebody, it's Erik Spoelstra. Erik Spoelstra, I think, is the greatest coach in the NBA right now. So I think the Miami Heat got significantly better. They also were able to get rid of Dion Waiters, which by itself is a win because Dion Waiters has been a huge distraction to that team.
Yeah. Especially the edible on the plane. But kind of going off what you said, I think the Heat won it too. I think they're a whole team full of two-ways at this point in time. Everybody can 3-and-D. The whole team's 3-and-D. Like you said, best perimeter shooting team. And Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero are becoming their own sort of Splash Brothers by themselves too, led by Jimmy Butler. The whole team is great, so I just like what I see.
There's not much to say about this.
Yeah, you guys cleared it up.
Everything was all ancillary. The Clippers got better with Marcus Morris, but they're really just they're just highlighting a strength that they already had. Yeah. If they'd gotten a center, I would say them. And as I said, I can point to the Hawks, but there's more play for next year and beyond. Yeah. It's not going to help them in any way, shape, or form this year, except it's going to cost us draft position.
Staying with the NBA, Damian Lillard has been wreaking havoc all over the league. So you guys have gotten very passionate about this topic before. So who do you guys think is the best point guard in the West?
I may have been wrong when I was talking earlier about who's the best point guard in the West. You know, I said Russell Westbrook, but I was wrong. Russell Westbrook is the best point guard in the NBA. Averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Like I kept telling you guys, if Russell shoots better, I feel like he's unstoppable offensively. And so far, he's been shooting better, going on tears of 30, 40. And the thing is, he's dropping these points, and he's not even shooting threes. These are all mid-range points, so it's like the defense knows what's coming, and they still can't stop it. You look at last night, they put AD on him. They had Bradley on him. He was it's literally, okay, it's one-on-one at this point. I'm going to beat you driving, or I'm going to beat you with the pull-up. And, when you talk about points with Dame and Westbrook, they're kind of the same. Dame averaged, 29? Westbrook averages 27. The points are going to be hand-in-hand for both of them. But it's like, what can you do when your game is off? And that's what I look at it. Westbrook is bigger physically. He's going to obtain more rebounds over bigs. He's a better passer than Dame. He's a 2-time assist champ. So, people are going to ignore that over and over again about how he is. He's ranked better defensively. And Westbrook just comes with more of effectiveness to me at the point guard position than Dame, because when Dame's shot not going, what does Dame do? Not much. When you take away Westbrook's shot, he might even give you 20 rebounds and 20 assists. I think Westbrook's game is so good, he'll give you 0 points and still have a bigger effect on the game than someone who actually does score. I think we saw that last night.
Well, first of all, the fact that you had to add the qualifier when he's hitting his shots, he's unstoppable, is bad. Because more often than not, he doesn't hit his shots.
He's been shooting 47%.
Over what span? A week?
No, it's like 20 games. Have you been watching the Rockets play?
No, I don't watch the Rockets.
Well, maybe you should watch it.
I don't like watching ISO ball. I don't like watching James Harden dribble the clock out and then take a step back 3.
Okay.
That's the other thing. Russell Westbrook isn't the best player on his team. How can you say he's the best point guard in the league? Damian Lillard by far is the best point guard in the league. And you've seen it over this stretch. Damian Lillard has taken a team that, admittedly, I said they were going to the finals. They're not going to the finals anymore. But he's taken this team that has been struggling, and he put them on his back.
Has Westbrook not ever done that before? He's done that before, though. He's done that before. What's your point? The only reason Westbrook isn't going on the same tear as Damian Lillard is because he has James Harden on his team.
Okay.
When the other players don't step up, he's done. Where's CJ been this whole season?
Exactly. He's had to step up.
Westbrook can do the exact same thing.
CJ's been a 20-point-per-game scorer multiple seasons.
Okay.
And he hasn't been doing that this year.
All right.
And they've also been missing Jusuf Nurkic, who got hurt. Rodney Hood tore his Achilles. This team has been decimated by injuries.
Your point is, go about how Dame is better than Westbrook. Say something other than shooting. Why is he better? Why is he better?
We were talking about how Westbrook was dropping 30 and 40. Dame's been dropping 50 and 60.
Okay, that's fine.
And he's been dropping 10 and 12
assists. What's the seed? What's the seed? They're the 10th seed, right?
Yeah, because he hasn't had anything else.
So he's doing it in a losing effort, right? In a losing effort.
Houston's number 3 scorer would probably be number 2 on Portland. They've been decimated by injuries.
But you're saying the point is, if Westbrook was in the same position, he'd have the same amount of points, because we've seen him do this over and over again. When Westbrook had less talent, he's averaged a triple-double for 3 straight seasons.
Because he has less talent.
What?
It's easy to average a triple-double when you're the only one touching the ball every play.
Is Dame's the only one touching the ball in Portland? What's the argument? You named nothing that Dame has done better than Westbrook. What's the point? Where's the argument coming from?
It's easier to get numbers when you touch the ball more.
Exactly. So Westbrook go against Dame.
First of all, they play faster. Second of all, again, especially because you keep bringing up OKC. He had nobody else.
I'm not bringing up OKC.
You said he averaged triple-double 3 seasons.
Because you're saying that when he's had nothing, what has he done basically? And I'm telling you what Westbrook has done.
Yeah, he did because he had to.
Okay.
And it's easier when you're the only playmaker on the team. At least with
Josh,
Portland,
I just want you to name something that Dame is doing better than Russell Westbrook.
He's shooting better than him.
Okay,
He's scoring better than him.
Shooting and scoring is the exact same thing. Name something else.
Shooting and scoring, you have to do it efficiently too.
Okay, Westbrook is doing it efficiently. He's doing 47%. He just can't shoot
over
threes.
The entire season.
He's never been a good three-point shooter.
Over the entire season, Damian Lillard shooting like 47% from the field. Over the entire season, Damian Lillard shooting 38% from 3.
And their seed is what?
Who's
being more effective? Who's being more effective though?
James Harden's been more effective. That's who's been more effective.
James Harden's been more effective. Struggling to score. He's been
over the last 2-3 weeks.
Exactly.
Must we go back to when he was averaging 39 points a game?
Picked it up there.
Okay,
but he's picked it up there.
But he wasn't making contributions.
What do you have to add?
It's an either-or scenario.
He has nothing to say about Russell Westbrook.
So I choose Damian Lillard because his versatility at finishing. Sometimes I just feel like he can hit the hook shot. He can do it high off the glass. He can do a reverse layup, and you have his perimeter game. He's 38% from the three-point line, but only 26.7 of that is assisted, meaning that percentage that he's getting is straight isolation, or people are just leaving him wide open on the perimeter. And a lot of things that people don't look at, I'm looking at the assist-to-turnover ratio as well. He's averaging 7-8 assists now, and he has 2.9 turnovers. So his assist-to-turnover ratio is 2.6. So if you compare that to other people like Lonzo Ball, Kyle Lowry, Russell Westbrook, Trae Young, he outclasses them as far as that. And his usage rate of 30.1, I just feel like he's being more efficient and he's being more careful with the ball. So that's what I have to add. I think you guys pretty much.
All around game, I think Westbrook's the best point guard.
I think Westbrook has to have the ball in his hands to do something. I think Lillard can play on or off the ball, and that's why he's better.
I feel like Westbrook doesn't even have to score.
But also, you
alluded
alluded to the fact, you said that Westbrook has done what Damian Lillard has been doing, but Damian Lillard has been doing this for a while.
No, but I feel like CJ has showed up more and he's had more shooting around him. This is the first time Russell Westbrook has had shooting around him.
So just screw Kevin Durant.
I'm
talking about the past 3 seasons.
Okay, so you got to be
No, I'm sorry. I misspoke.
I mean, but if you look at even when you look at when he had Paul George had to show up in order for them to.
That's true. When Paul George was on the team, he was an MVP candidate.
Exactly. I think it's because of Westbrook's play.
Okay, yeah.
Because of Westbrook's play.
He's elevated every 28 points.
But he's elevated him, though. He's had his best season playing with Russell Westbrook. Best season ever playing with Russell Westbrook. Well, your point is what? He averaged triple double that season too.
First of all, you can't draw on that.
And then you're gonna probably allude to the playoffs. But when Paul George had playoff P, my bad. When playoff P drops 8 sometimes in a game, drops 10 is inefficient shooting. I mean, what do you want him to do?
Dame still ended him.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, but I mean, because if you're the best point guard, even if he's only dropping 8 or 10, you're still gonna step up, right?
I mean,
Westbrook didn't step up.
Scoring is not the whole job of a point guard, is it? Right?
Okay, but did he step up?
Yeah.
Did he step up?
I mean, Dame got the better of him this season. You bringing up old stuff. I'm talking about right now. Stop bringing up old stuff.
Still, right now.
You're bringing up old stuff.
He's not even the best player on his team.
You're bringing up old stuff.
And he doesn't do anything off the ball. He doesn't do anything
over the past
off the
10 games, he's been the best player on the Rockets.
Because he's had the ball in his hands.
So is James Harden. They're both ISO-dominant players.
I know, but see, with James Harden, even if you take the ball out of his hands, I feel like he can still add value because he's a good enough shooter. If you take the ball out of Westbrook's hands, he's just standing there. He's like Andre Roberson. He's just standing in the corner, and the dude is willing to get down to the paint.
You're just ignoring the way he can pass the ball.
Okay, but like I'm saying, if he doesn't have the ball, because he's on another team with another another ISO scorer, right? So eventually there are possessions where he doesn't have the ball in his hand. When he doesn't have the ball in his hand, he does nothing. He offers nothing to a team.
I just don't see that.
How do you not see that? He's shooting like 23% from 3.
You're just naming from 3. He's never been a good 3-point shooter.
Okay,
it's
but
a dead argument.
If you don't have the ball in your hands, you're supposed to provide spacing, right?
Yes.
So if he's standing there in the corner, are you going to guard him?
But he's going to drive and kick, though.
Okay, but if you drive, you're going to drive into a crowded paint because your man is probably standing down in the paint.
Well, for that case, I mean, that's why they're running the small ball lineup right now. So there's no big. So it helps.
There's still a big on the floor for the other team.
How?
Because you got to put your big on there.
No, I'm saying for the Rockets, there's no big.
Okay, for the Rockets, okay, but still, your man is gonna be down in the paint, so you're just driving into the teeth of the defense.
Okay, but then he's kicking out. You have to respect Russ's game there, because you can't stop him on the drive.
He's not gonna change on this. Rookie of the Year is typically a relatively hotly contested award, and for a second there, it seemed like Ja Morant had it, locked up, lock and key. But Zion made his debut, and we've seen what Zion can do. What are y'all thinking? Does he have a chance? Does Zion have any chance at all at winning Rookie of the Year?
He does, but I feel like he only gets this if the Pelicans make the playoffs. This is the only way he gets in, because the Grizzlies are sitting at that 8th seed right now. Pelicans are in 11th place right now in the West. It's going to be hard to probably get into that playoff seed anyway. It's probably going to be tit for tat with both of those teams. When you look at the stats, Zion's averaging 19.7 rebounds. Ja's averaging 17.7 assists. It's kind of real tight about playing-wise. I feel like Zion could get better. Ja could have an increased performance, but it's really nitpicky when you come to this.
You said 17 assists?
Yeah, no, 17 points and 7 assists. I don't think he's doing that.
17 assists,
yeah, that's insane. But, I mean, it's really nitpicky. It's nothing you can really do. They're playing the exact same right now, so just who you prefer.
Okay, so
here we go.
I just would like to say no. First of all. Second of all, Ja Morant shows a vet mindset, and he's a rookie. So he can score, but he's also know how to share the ball among his teammates. He has 18 points per game, 7 assists, 49% from the field, and 41% from the three. As you said, they're the AFC, but they're first in points per game, first in assists per game, and second in field goal percentage. And as you know, they just went on a 6-game winning streak. There's too many games that Ja has under his belt for Zion to catch up. Like you said, the only way that he's getting that is if the Pelicans make the playoffs. But also, you looking at Zion, he's shooting 58% from free throws and 44% from three-point range, but he's only attempted 9 and he's only hit 4. But he hit all of those 4 in his first game. So therefore, I'm just gonna say
he's still on his way back though. He's only played like a week's worth of basketball.
I understand that.
He's still learning how to walk and run again.
Okay, I understand
And he's
that.
still averaging more points than Ja Morant.
Okay, you have to look at what he has. He has Brandon Ingram,
Okay.
Lonzo Ball.
He has the better team.
Okay, so the responsibility of the two players is totally different. Ja Morant is the number one go-to guy, meaning he has to create opportunities for others as well as getting opportunities for himself. And he's still able to get 17 points.
You don't think
and 7
defenses
assists.
know Zion's going to drive and try to dunk on him and try to stop
I
it?
think her point is that the Pelicans have Brandon Ingram, who's a 25-point-per-game scorer. They also have Lonzo Ball, who's a great passer, and then they have Drew Holiday.
They have a
Who's
better team.
also
They have a
gonna
better
give him
team,
the
for sure.
assist.
So her point is
So
Ja is the Grizzlies.
Yes.
I got you. What you got, Josh?
I agree with you in that Ja should win Rookie of the Year based on the pure numbers, but the NBA is,
Popularity contest.
by and large, a business. And the whole point of the NBA is to make money. So while Ja Morant has started to become a star, Zion Williamson was a superstar before he got drafted.
If he gets Rookie of the Year off of his popularity, it's highway robbery.
Well, welcome to the NBA.
Yeah, because that's the way MVP works
Welcome
too.
to the NBA.
That's all I'm saying.
Welcome to the NBA. I don't disagree that it would be highway robbery, but like, if he continues
see
to
it
play,
happening.
if he continues to play at this level, and they do make the playoffs, even if they don't make the playoffs, I can still see a scenario where they give it to Zion so that King Zion can have his Rookie of the Year on his mantle, and he can start preparing it for other. Because, as I said, the NBA is a business-driven league. Zion Williamson is a rookie, and he's selling jerseys. Like
He's on ESPN every time he
Before
looks.
he played a game, he was selling jerseys. So, and you just have to point to this. When Zion came back, ESPN changed their game schedules so that Zion would be on ESPN. The Pelicans didn't really have any other ESPN games, and then after Zion came back, they got 6 more. That's all that really needs to be said.
Popularity.
The NBA, it's a popularity
It's cute.
contest. It might be cynical of me to say this, but it's a popularity contest, and they're going to give it to the guy who's going to, in the end, make them the most profits.
That's how it works.
That's
So-
cute and all.
Oh,
but
I
Ja
agree.
rules. So
Ja should win. I don't disagree. Based on the numbers, Ja will run away because he's also played a full season. But the NBA is a popularity contest.
Well, that is the end of our episode. Please tell me who you think won these debates. You guys got anything else to say?
nope.
Russell
I'm good.
Westbrook isn't a top 10 point guard in the NBA.
Russell Westbrook is the best point guard in the league. Woo.
Dozing, but you know that I put my soul in the boot. Bro, why the stick in that shit, hold 100, but he in the business, he soul of a 2. Guess I be snapping too hard. Wody in the other room telling me to be cool. Could be a little cold, you know that ain't me. I admit it's a habit, don't mean to be rude. I feel like Roddy Ballin' never seasoned that Weezy, but I feel it cheap when I tune. And you know my energy full of room. Florida boy just got the key to the coupe. In New Orleans, I don't play with a voo. My flow O's with an H and a 2. Need 4 flows with a lake in the view. I'm in view with a lake in your boo in here naked. Her beauty elated. I just throw the shakers and make her my tutor.